easy. Played you like a violin and cut your strings.
At least you always know where you stand with Pop. He takes everything serious.
We had a coming out, I guess, new thing. Yesterday was a National Coming Out Day. So it was worthy of the headlines to see old Superman and getting that. There it is. Here's the kiss that everyone's really talking about. But this is actually a comic book that is called Superman, Son of Kal-El. This will be issue number 5. It actually doesn't come out until next month. Jon Kent is actually coming out as bi, but as we've discussed, I did a Tim Drake video. Tim Drake is one of the Robins. He is technically like the third Robin, and he recently had come out as bi in a random issue. Of course, sales for that, they got media hype with that. Sales went through the roof, so it is really not a surprise. They will continue to play this game and treat homosexuality or any sexuality as a gimmick to sell comic books. I remember when it used to just be guest appearances by Spider-Man or Ghost Rider, and in DC Universe, it was anytime Batman showed up. Now we're going to do this. This is the interview, from the creator. So Jon, and that's Jonathan Kent. This is the new Superman, technically Superboy, and this is the. We'll get to some of the art. They have that art. He's in a relationship with Jay Nakamura, a hacktivist who idolizes Jon's mother, Lois, and lent his new friend a hand. Image shows the two friends becoming something more in their first kiss. There's the image there. We'll go to more of that in just one moment. And this is Tom Taylor's interview. So I want to give you an idea and talk about not only what to expect, but want you to understand the direction of DC Comics as a whole. This is part of the divide of social justice, third wave feminism, some of the different things that are happening, even in comic book lore. He says, I knew replacing Clark with another straight white savior could be a real opportunity missed. I've always said everyone needs heroes, and everyone deserves to see themselves in their heroes. And today, Superman, the strongest hero on the planet, is coming out. All right, so again, let me pause there. I'm still struggling with this concept of I need to see myself. In other words, I need to see characters that look and are exactly like me. I also don't like the fact that Tom Taylor is trying to pretend that this is some big, triumphant thing or some sort of risky thing that he was able to do or whatever, because reality is we've had gay characters in comic books for years. Many years, and I don't quite understand why it's so big of a deal. But that's what they're doing. They're virtue signaling. Like I said, coming out, they got all their publicity. But let's go further, because really the truth is really in the conversation we can get. The artist talks a little bit here about Jon growing up in front of our eyes and that kind of thing. It says you could visualize how it could pan in the future when the most powerful man in the universe is part of the LGBT. Notice the Q's are gone. So are all the pluses. But anyway, Jay is, okay, so Taylor, again, Tom Taylor, the creator, stresses that Jay plays a much different and more proactive role in Superman's world. Jay has his own fight. He's obviously an effective journalist, and Lois Lane is his hero, but Jay is also a refugee from Gomorrah, so his experience also reflects Clark's. While this has fortunately changed over the years, historically, Lois has often fulfilled a damsel role. Jay Nakamura will never be that. He and Jon will tackle many things side by side. So, okay, not quite sure how you're going to make Superman comic books interesting without a damsel role, because most of the time, that's pretty much what we get. We either get Superman punching and doing that, or saving someone you care about, because Lois is a human and can die. So let me give you some of the images. I want you to see a little bit about where we're at. This is doesn't really want to blow up real well. I will go full screen, see what happens. Very effeminate. And it's a little hard to see the eyelashes that we give Jon Kent. We have purple hair Jay, very effeminate cheekbones. This is not the standard heroic version of Superman that you may have seen when you were reading comic books. But that's where we are. DC Pride is across the logo across the top of the comic book, issue number 5. And yeah, so yeah, the headlines have been sort of all over the map as far as Superman being gay and that kind of thing, because it's not Clark. So let me go a little further. There's another shot of them hanging out together. Look at the hair wispy in the wind, that kind of thing. Long gone is the machismo elements, and that is definitely not something that these folks are going with this issue. They're obviously virtue signaling to the now again, legitimately they say Jon is bi, but in comic book lore, if you behave gay in any way, you can't go back. There's no going back. Otherwise, then you're homophobic. Okay, so this is Tom Taylor again, basically just discussing some different characters growing up with Damian Wayne in the Batman universe. But now Jay's own powers are revealed in issue number 4, so he can't be harmed. So now we have 2 superhuman creatures that can't be hurt, that are now falling in love with each other. Going to make so much drama. And then, of course, it talks about Tom Taylor and the great work over doing Harley Quinn. Awful. But, okay. Look, it is... Okay, so here's a good quote. I think Clark said it best when he left Earth in Jon's hands. So Clark's left Earth. Clark was the Superman of tomorrow. Jon is the Superman for the days after. The question for Jon and for our creative team is, what should a new Superman fight for today? Do you just see where that's going? Can you just feel it? Can you just feel it? Kevin's 17-year-old battle giant robots without ignoring the climate crisis? I kid you not. That's the creator of this comic book. Can Superman battle giant robots while ignoring the climate crisis? Superman does get his powers from the sun, right? We didn't change that too. Is that retconned? I don't know if any of you guys would know that or not. I would have to look that. I don't know. I don't think Superman's gonna be real interested in like dampening the influence of the sun. Anyway, can someone with super sight and super hearing ignore injustices beyond his border? Now, how is that possible? When has Superman ever ignored injustices beyond his border? He doesn't have borders. Part of the conflict that has happened in many good issues of Superman is that he is intrusive in other countries, and they don't care for it because they view him as a pawn for the American government. Can he ignore the plight of asylum seekers? Oh, gosh, it just drips of politics. When asked, just don't, do we have to have politics? I mean, I don't mind having some of the topics come up. It's obviously such an agenda. Anyway, when asking these questions, it's important to acknowledge that Jon isn't just the son of Kal-El. He's also the son of Lois Lane. Uh-oh. Jon is the son of the fiercest, most effective journalist on the planet. With that comes a strong sense of right and wrong, an instinctive dislike of corruption, and a strong desire for the truth to win over misinformation. I kid you not, it says that. The truth to win over misinformation. If there's going to be a COVID issue, that would be great. I'll buy the COVID issue. We'll do a page-by-page review if there's a COVID issue, I assure you. Jon is young and passionate. Sometimes he knows how to tackle a bit heavy-handed. Ooh, that's authoritarian. Jon is young and passionate, and sometimes how he tackles things would be a bit heavy-handed. Okay. Well, that's good. I want to see the authoritarian Superman be put in his place by Batman. If we start bringing some of that into the play, that wouldn't be horrible for conflict. We can have some of that. All right, so let me wrap this up. Son of Kal-El, issue number 5, bisexual, Jon Kent. Yeah, kid you not, that's what we got. So I don't know. My phone went crazy. I've got all sorts of text messages, that kind of thing. If any of you had comments or anything like that, feel free to hit me up.